So Paper Mario has a new game coming out in 2 months. I mean, what the going on Nintendo? But a lot of people are concerned because it's showing a lot of signs that may lead to disappointment. But I'm here to explain to you why I'm personally really excited for this game. So let's go ahead and dive into those reasons.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX. Welcome to my channel, where today we're going to take on a little bit of a different topic. This is a franchise that I'm a huge fan of. It's actually like my favorite set of Mario games in the entire franchise. Like, I love these more than the actual 3D platformers. Like, that's how much of a fan I'm in of these, and that is Paper Mario. And so the Paper Mario games were some of my favorite games growing up, and I actually think the original Paper Mario was the first Mario game that I ever fell in love with, because I played like Sunshine before, for instance, and I just wasn't really into it for whatever reason. But I grabbed Paper Mario a few years later and I was obsessed. Like, this game really did show me just how grand of an adventure that Mario could be in, and I just fell in love with the Mario franchise after playing that game. And so I've been an avid fan of Paper Mario. You know, I'm a big fan of the first two games, obviously, but I kind of fell off the Paper Mario franchise after a while just because I heard that the newer games just weren't really following what I loved about the first two games. And so this kind of just leaves us here to now, where the Origami King is announced, and I'm just feeling really interested in this franchise again, and I really want to get back into it. And so when I saw that trailer, I had a lot of feelings, like tons and tons of feelings. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of talk about what I overall think about it and whether or not I think this game is gonna be great. And so when I saw this trailer, I think this trailer is just the definition of hype. You know, it just has so many like great ideas that were like teased during it. I think as soon as I saw Peach as an origami possessed zombie, I knew that I was gonna love this trailer. They knew exactly how to hook people in, and that was the perfect way to get your interest, because you're so used to Peach being like your ally. You know, you're so used to actually saving Princess Peach in all these Mario games. So to have Peach be on the other side is such an interesting concept, and I just think that it has so much potential to be this really great, engaging story if they do it right. It's just like, man, these are some really good ideas, and the visuals in the trailer just look really great as well. I really love the whole origami theme. It does kind of remind me a little bit of Color Splash in terms of like the graphics engine and such, but I think it looks gorgeous, and it definitely can create some really interesting ideas in terms of the actual game. Now, to address what people are concerned about, people are really concerned about that this still isn't a return to form in terms of the first two Paper Mario games, because people have been asking forever that they just want the same experience from those two games to be recreated in a brand new Paper Mario game. It all started with Sticker Star coming out and people just being really hard on that game, and Color Splash came out and it kind of continues some of the same ideas, and people just weren't that into it. And so now we're at this point where the Origami King is coming out after a few years since the last Paper Mario game, and it's showing signs of both. So it's showing some signs of the RPG experience that we love. It's also showing some signs of the action adventure direction that the games have recently been taking. And so to answer the question as to whether this game is an RPG or an action adventure, I don't think we have any actual confirmation of that yet. I mean, maybe it says so on the official website or something, but I didn't look into that before this video, unfortunately. But I have a feeling that people are gonna ultimately be disappointed in this game when it comes out, no matter what. And that sounds really cynical, but it makes a lot of sense to me, because people are already starting to put these huge expectations on this game. They want this game to relive the glory days and give us that same experience that we loved during the first two games. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of those games as well. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is probably my favorite Mario game of all time. Better than Galaxy, better than Odyssey, better than 64, better than the original Mario game, better than all of those. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is where it's at for me, personally. And so I completely get it. I completely get wanting that same experience to come back, wanting Nintendo to actually give the fans what they've been asking for forever, and just give us what we want. You know, that's as simple as that. But I don't think this game is going to give us exactly what we want, because we've already seen a lot of signs within the trailer that kind of shows that this game is doing some different things, and I think that that's okay. You know, I think that's totally fine. And the reason I say that is very simple, but to kind of explain it, let me just talk about what I've been doing recently recently outside this game. I actually got Color Splash a few months ago, so I never actually played Sticker Star or Color Splash or Super Paper Mario for that matter. For some reason, I just wasn't interested in playing those games after the Thousand Year Door, but I got Color Splash a few months ago and I hadn't touched it yet. And when this game got announced, I was like, okay, it looks really great. Like, I was really excited. Like, I posted on my Twitter like, oh yeah, this is a day one buy for me. It looks so amazing. But then I started watching all these videos, seeing all these like tweets, seeing all these comments about people just being really scared about this game becoming too much like Color Splash. And I'm like, was Color Splash really that bad? You know, because I hadn't played it, so I really didn't know what people were talking about. So I decided to take it upon myself to go and play that game and just kind of see what people were talking about. And so I started playing Color Splash with like the lowest expectations possible because I had heard so much about it. I heard how disappointing it was for people. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I was prepared to try to enjoy the experience as much as I can, despite it not being the one that I was asking for. And so when I started playing Color Splash, the most interesting thing happened. I was loving it. I was loving my experience with Color Splash. It was weird because I knew that this wasn't Paper Mario. Like, this is not a Paper Mario game in my eyes. But nonetheless, it was still a really fun adventure, and I was having a blast going through it. You know, I like the battle system actually. It's a little bit simplistic, but there is a bit of a different strategy to it. You know, maybe I haven't been playing it long enough to really see why people don't like it. So I'll leave that open for the time being and kind of see if that's my final opinion once all is said and done. But so far I'm liking it. I've also enjoyed like exploring all the levels and such. I really like the Paint Can as a character. I don't know what his actual name is, but I really like him as a character, and I love the art style of the game overall. Like, the game is by far my favorite Paper Mario game in terms of the visuals. Like, it just looks amazing. And so what I'm getting at is the reason that I enjoyed that game is because I came in with the lowest of expectations possible, meaning I was not expecting the Thousand Year Door 2. I was not expecting a game to recreate my childhood memories. I was going in there with an open mind, treating it as its own separate title and trying to enjoy it for what it is. And by doing that, I really found myself loving the game, and I definitely might even put it up there with the original Paper Mario games. Like, I'm really liking it. I've only been playing it for a couple of days, so I can't say for sure this is gonna be my opinion like coming out of it, but I found it really hard to put it down today in particular. And so I'm on a bit of a high with the game, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I think that that's ultimately how people should treat this game as well. I think people should just let go of the expectation that this is gonna be another Paper Mario just like the ones that we love, because I don't think it's gonna be. I can already tell that they're trying some new ideas and that it's not gonna be exactly like it. They might have some concepts or some ideas from those two games, but I think ultimately it's gonna be its own experience, because we know Intelligent Systems at this point, they're not the kind of people that try to repeat themselves. They're gonna be the team that's gonna try these new ideas and try to inject something original in each game, whether we like it or not. And I don't know why they're like this, because not all Nintendo development teams are like this, but for some reason Paper Mario never wants to repeat itself. It always wants to do like different things each time to some extent. And so I think if people go into this game with the expectation of it being a brand new adventure, instead of like wanting that old gameplay style from the first two games and being disappointed when it's not there, I think if you all look at it as its own separate entity within the series and try to enjoy it for what it is, I think there's a lot of potential for this to be a great game just by looking at the trailer. I mean, the trailer just does a really good job of making this game look like an exciting adventure. And so there's so many 3D areas, for example, that you get to explore. There's some interesting battle mechanics in there. The story, the premise is just amazing. It's genius. I love it so much. You know, there's a lot of potential here. The fact that you're working with like a folded up Bowser is just so weird but cool at the same time. You know, there's just a lot of interesting ideas here, and it's making it hard for me not to get excited about it. But I'm trying to keep my expectations in check. You know, the game might turn out to be really disappointing at the end, but I have a feeling that this game is going to be great. You know, it just looks really, really awesome to me, and it might not be the experience that I ultimately want, but nonetheless, it might still be a great experience on its own. So I just really encourage everyone to look at the game like that. You know, just really go into it and look at it as its own experience, because I guarantee you, like almost 100%, that's not going to live up to your expectations of it being the Thousand Year Door 2. Like, that's never gonna happen. Even if they decide to make a game exactly like it, it's not gonna happen, because there's gonna be something that people are gonna look at within that imaginary title and just be like, wow, they did not do this as good as they did in the Thousand Year Door. You know, that's gonna happen. So stop trying to expect these kind of things from the game and just go into it with an open mind and just try to enjoy it for what it is, because I guarantee you're gonna have so much more enjoyment from the game by doing this. But that's just my opinion, that's just how I do things, and this is not the only franchise that I would preach this for. I preach this for like any kind of franchise in general, especially with franchises that have had a long history and people wanting a certain game to recall past ones that they enjoyed as a child. I just think that that leads to disappointment ultimately, and it's best to try to look at everything as its own thing rather than wishing that it was more like what you got when you were a kid. That's just it. So to summarize, overall, I think the Origami King looks really exciting, and I'm looking very much forward to seeing how it turns out, and I'm definitely going to try to play it as soon as it comes out. I'm hoping I can finish Color Splash by then, and maybe even Super Paper Mario, because, you know, I'm so behind the games. I think Sticker Star is probably not going to be played by me for a while, just because I don't have a 3DS, and also I've heard just so many meh things about it that I'm not really in the mood to try it. But, you know, playing through Color Splash has definitely taught me so far that it's best to look at these games as openly as possible and not come in with any like expectations or misconceptions, and just try to enjoy it for what it ultimately is. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do y'all agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know why or why not in the comment section. Are y'all excited about the Origami King? Are you all very nervous about it? Let me know why or why not in the comment section below. And just, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future. Follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Special shout out to Team Rival Science Gamer, Glitch Dolphin, Andrew Coughlin, New Gamer Hub, Mass Muner, Abraham Muner, Brooke Grillin, and Dennis Jr. These are my Patreon/YouTube members. Like to become a Patreon YouTube member, get access to a whole bunch of different perks, and please check out my links in the description box below. But alright, this is Riders, riding out.